Hello everyone and welcome back to Football Manager 2017 in our European Journeyman series at Bayer Leverkusen. Now today we're kicking off our first full season. Last time out we did beat Markranstadt. We did beat them 8-0, then the game crashed and we beat them 5-0. So today we'll kick off the Bundesliga proper, hopefully not having any more crashes in the game. But we'll be taking on Hamburger, Gladbach, Real Madrid and Schalke. The Champions League group was drawn. We were third seeds, which was always going to be tough. But we were drawn with Real Madrid, Inter Milan and Panathinaikos. So that is going to be a tough group and we're going to be battling with Inter Milan, I imagine, to get out of the group and into the latter stages of the Champions League. It's a tough start to the league season as well. Hamburger and Schalke, both big teams. Gladbach, hopefully we will be able to beat, but we've looked very, very good in pre-season. We beat Feyenoord 4-2 in another friendly because there are 2 weeks between the DFB Pokal match and the Bundesliga kicking off. So a long pre-season, but the team is looking very, very good, and I'm hopeful that we can do quite well at the start of the season. Now, for this match, there's been no new transfers. I'm not expecting there to be any more transfers. We're going to play with Daniel Lewis up front after he got a hat-trick on his debut. Leon Bailey's on the left. Erwin Enriquez on the right, then it's Jaap Betty, Kai Havertz, Idrissa Doumbia in midfield, Douglas Santos Traub, Lucas Rukas and Henriks in defence with Bernd Leno in goal. Nezovic switches the flank to Danovsky, ball onto Ox, trying to take it down the left but Henriks with a good tackle, Havertz onto Betty, he slips it through to Lewis. That's a nice eye of the needle pass there. Lewis then shifts it out to Bailey. Good position for him, back in towards Lewis. It's come to Havertz and it's cleared further away. Now Lima tries to get it in behind, but good defending there. Now Rukas has the ball, finds Betty. Chance still here for us, but Toe has stolen it and he's released Mazzocchi in the process, but his effort is wide. Corner for Hamburger, Espinosa whips it in and Toe at the back stick has nodded it home for 1-0. We have fallen behind. Douglas Santos with the throw, finds Betty. Santos again, into Bailey, back to Enriquez whose effort goes wide. Corner from Douglas Santos, we're putting the pressure on now. Header goes up, Lewis is in there but saved by Marua. We cannot get this equaliser. Ruka sends the ball over to Scheil. Betty to Mikulacak, now Doumbia, Betty again, just pass it around in a triangle in midfield, now Lewis has it, back onto Betty, Bailey in a good position, can he find Lewis, tackle comes in there, Doumbia has it back, Mikulacak to Betty, slipped into Lewis, will he shoot, he does, and he finds the bottom corner, another goal for Lewis on his Bundesliga debut for us, 1-1. Just over 10 minutes left and it's Hamburger coming forward. Akhammer behind for Peltiola. Henriks with a great tackle but it's gone to Ox. Now Camp forward to Toe. Do we get a tackle in here? It'd be a great place to win the ball back. Gabunia though. Out to Danovsky. Akhammer in behind. There's a good ball across here and it's just wide from Espinosa. A lucky escape for us. Well, this is one of those frustrating games and maybe a bit of a wake-up call for us that our team isn't yet at the point where we're going to win every game. But we've come back from 1-0 down to make it 1-1. That's not the worst result in the world, but I'm still not happy that we didn't take all 3 points. It's important to remember Hamburger were competing with us for Champions League football last season. So they are a tough opponent and away from home it's always going to be difficult. But I really wanted 3 points in our opening game. Well, we're the other side of an international break as we play our first home game of the Bundesliga season. We're at home against Gladbach. We're going to be playing a reasonably rested team after that international break. Lewis is looking quite good up front. He's fully fit. Leon Bailey and Enriquez are both on the wings with Betty, Havertz and Doumbia in midfield. Then it's Douglas Santos, Traub, Rukas and Henriks in the back line with Leno in goal. Enriquez on the ball, inside to Betty, forward to Lewis, he's got Bailey to his left, he goes for goal himself, he's got such a good long shot and Adem forced to save it. Enriquez with the corner in towards the near post, cleared out by Werner, Enriquez to Betty, good position for him, his shot blocked, Santos back to Traub, now Lewis loses the ball. Adem sends the ball out, still 0-0 in the second half now. Launched forward, Traub wins it. Here's Betty. Sips it into Lewis. Bailey's there with him. Lewis loses the ball. Bit of chaos in their defence there, but they have worked the ball out to Mansour. He's still going. Finds Fernandez. There's a ball out left for Ramic. Got a man in the middle, and Werner has just put Gladbach in front. It's Timo Werner still playing, who's made it 1-0. For the second Bundesliga game in a row, we have fallen behind. Corner from Betty into the near post. Traub's header on towards Lucas and cleared off the line. Just about 20 minutes left as we continue to push for our equaliser. It's Bailey on the ball, across to Havertz. Now Funes on as a substitute. Ball switched out to Henriks, headed in, cleared out. Now Mansour has it. We could be hit on the break here. Douglas Santos with a huge tackle. But the ball still come for Rahman. Here's Ramic. Now Christoph. Finds Fernandez. Jensch wins the ball back. Betty to Havertz. Forward to Funes. Cutting in from that right side. He finds Betty. Bailey in a good position. Back to Havertz. Funes. Good passing movement here in the final third. It's Betty. Out to Douglas Santos. Whips it in. And Funes arriving. The substitute with the equaliser. We are back on terms with 20 minutes to find a winner. Havertz on the ball. Back into Betty. Bailey. Turning inside. He's going to have a shot. And it's patted down and cleared away by Gladbach. Henriks takes the throw in. He's found Funes in a good position. Tackled there by two players and loses the ball. Ramic with it now. Back to Babarahman. Cross to the keeper who launches it out low but does find his own player. Mansour, he's caused us problems today. Tafa forward to Timo Werner, the goal scorer. And Havertz with a good tackle there from behind. I thought it was a foul, but apparently not. Betty to Funes. Nice little passing play. Excellent ball over the top for Bailey, who's in on goal, but the shot saved by the keeper, touched onto the post and cleared away. Less than 10 minutes left. We are really pushing here for a winner. We've been doing well in the second half. Rukas sends the ball forward to Bailey. Now Betty into Lewis. Betty again. Across to Havertz with a bit of space. Finds Lewis. He's a bit further away from goal than I'd like. Bailey out to Douglas Santos. Plenty in the area. That was a Rabona cross. It's come to Funes in the area and cleared by Babarahman at the last second. Jensch with the ball, keeping that pressure up. Havertz out to Rukas. Gives the ball away there. That is terrible, terrible play from Lucas Rukas. They've got 2 free in the middle, and Timo Werner has stuck a dagger in our heart there. We were pushing so hard for the winner, and we may have thrown away all of the points now. Corner from Douglas Santos. Cleared away. Bailey has the ball. Taking it out to the left. Finds Betty. He can put in a cross, but it's easily picked up by Adem. Karsdorp sends the ball out to Mansour. Good tackle from Betty, releasing Bailey. Header in towards Lewis, who's fouled in the penalty area. And we've got a chance for an equaliser in the 89th minute. It's going to be Lewis with the penalty. What can he do? Can he get another goal and save us another point like he did in the last match? Lewis steps up. And he does score. He's found the bottom corner. It's 2-2. Lewis is looking like an excellent purchase. But we really have to be winning these games. We've got 2 minutes left to try and find that winner. Gladbach kicking off. Here's Vieira on the ball. Back to Tafa. Vieira again. Ball sent forward to Mansour. Vieira. Tackled by Betty. He finds Lewis in a good position. Will he shoot? He does go for goal. He's hit the post. That's the 3rd time we've hit the woodwork today. Last second corner taken by Betty. Cleared out, and there's the full-time whistle. It's the 2nd draw in a row in the Bundesliga, which is just not good enough. We should have won that game. We had so many chances to, and it was defensive mental lapses that cost us, and it means that we're already 4 points off the top. Fortunately, only 2 points off Bayern Munich, but we should be level on points with them. We really should have won that game. You can see in the stats just how well we did, and we were very unlucky to concede. We hit the woodwork 3 times as well, but at least we got that last minute penalty to save us a point. Well, before we have this huge match with Real Madrid, I did forget to tell you about one transfer, and that was that we sold Where is he? There he is. Elias Musri to Bayern Munich, £24.5 million. Taking our total transfer income over £100 million, leaving a £43 million profit in the budget. Now, Musri is a decent player, but we have quite a few good players on the right wing, and he was never going to start, and he had abysmal morale as well before the bid came in. So I thought it was worthwhile selling him. We've turned a nice profit on him. He didn't really play last season. So I was happy to let him go for that kind of money. I wasn't expecting to get the money in. And it means in January, if we need to strengthen, we do have cash in the budget. But first off, we need to focus on Real Madrid. We've had a disappointing start to the league season, so I'm hoping for a better one in the Champions League. At home against Real Madrid, we did beat them in this fixture in a pre-season friendly, so I'm hoping for more of the same there. We're going to be playing a very familiar team to the last few games. In fact, there's not a single change to the first two matches. As I do trust these players, despite not winning in the opening two games, I still think it's our strongest 11. And I'm hoping that Lewis, who's now got 5 goals in 3 games, can keep up his scoring run. Leno clears the ball forward. Lewis heads it down to Enriquez. Now Betty with the ball. Scott, ball out there to Bailey. Brilliantly done. Bailey takes it to the byline and Lewis has hit the post. How many times are we going to strike the woodwork? Pereira puts the corner in. Doumbia heads it away. Havertz should pick that up as well. Back to Leno. Forward to Rukas. Doumbia to Betty. Need a good ball over the top here if we can deliver one, and he tries, but it is cut out. Header down to Havertz. Doumbia. Betty. Inside to Lewis. Back to Betty again. Lewis trying to make the forward run. Here's Douglas Santos. Betty back to Santos. Nice one too. But Carvajal gets across. How is he still playing? I mean, he must be mid-30s now. Betty across to Havertz. Betty again. Ball ricochets away, but it comes to Betty. Lewis back to Betty, into Bailey. Good position, and he finds the goal. We're 1-0 up against Real Madrid. An excellent team passing move. Leno sends the ball forward. It's come to Betty. He steps inside, finds Lewis. Trying to turn the defender, loses possession, but Doumbia picks it up. Betty onto Bailey. Big tackle from Carvajal, who's having a good game. Hassan charging down the right. Puts it over the top, but cut out by Traub. The team just looks a very different team to the last 2 games. Here's Betty into Lewis. There's a ball over for Bailey there, and he's picked him out. Bailey in on goal, but saved by Bori. Doumbia with the ball. Forward to Betty. Ball slipped into Fink, and it's well saved by the Real Madrid keeper. Betty with the corner, taking his time over it. Puts it into the near post, and it's cleared straight back out. There are just 2 minutes left and we are still in control of this game. Here's Jench into Betty. Ball slipped in and Castro's in there, has hit the crossbar. We could have been 3-0 up today if we hadn't hit the woodwork. But with a couple of minutes left, it looks like after a very impressive performance we should win this game. But here is another highlight that could change that. The ball cleared forward. Here's Fink. Goes past one player. Still going Fink, he's got Castro in the middle, he finds Castro who finds the back of the net. It's 2-0 to us against Real Madrid, showing just how good a team we can be when we're really at the races. 2-0, that is not a result I was expecting, and there's another header there from Traub that could have gone in. Inter Milan beat Panathinaikos 4-2, so we're only going to be second in the group because of that late goal, but that is the perfect start and it gives us a huge advantage in the group, especially over Inter Milan, who we can hopefully beat in the next match when we play them. Well, the final match of this episode is at home against Schalke as we continue to look for our first Bundesliga win of the season. I'm hoping it can come in this game on the back of that wonderful win over Real Madrid. We are making a few changes to the team because we play Bayern Munich in a few days' time and I want players to be fresh for that. We're still going to start with Lewis up front. Franco Castro, after scoring late in that game against Real Madrid, is going to start on the left wing with Enriquez continuing on the right. Betty and Doumbia are the two in the middle with Mikulacak coming in defensive midfield. The defence is the same other than Shield coming in for Lucas Rukas. Leno still in goal. Corner from Enriquez, sent to the far post. It's headed down. Lewis is onto it. He finds Castro in a good position, who strikes it and finds the top corner. Castro making a clear stake for a starting position in our team. Leno's goal kick forward to Shield. Over to Traub. Douglas Santos with a good step inside there. Betty onto Doumbia. Ball over the top. Lewis is in behind and he's gone for goal, but he's just pulled it wide. Corner from Douglas Santos into the middle. Comes out to Lewis. He puts the ball in. Doumbia picks up the ricochet. Santos with the first cross, and there's a foul in there. I'm not sure what's happened, but there is a foul. We've got a penalty. Right, it's going to be Lewis to take the penalty, I think. Just waiting for him to step up here and hopefully double our lead. It is Lewis taking it. And he's put it straight down the middle into the roof of the net. 2-0, an excellent penalty. Free kick for Betty, edge of the area, and it's hit the woodwork. Enriquez suffers a 2-footed tackle there from Tarim, who's almost certainly going to get a red card, and that will almost certainly make sure of our 3 points today against Schalke. It will be our first win of the season, and it's a good one as well. We've been in control of this game right from the start when we got that first goal, and with 5 minutes to go, the points should be pretty much sewn up ahead of that huge game with Bayern Munich. Just 30 seconds left here. Schneider has the ball for Schalke. That has gone into the arms of Leno. It could easily have gone in the back of the net if Leno wasn't in the right position. He then sends it forward towards Lewis. Ball cleared away. Geis has it, making his first appearance of the season. Doumbia has looked very impressive since we bought him in from Benfica. He's a great free transfer, no doubt about that. But there's the full-time whistle. It's a brilliant 2-0 win for us over Schalke and an excellent second win in a row, getting the first points on the board for us in the league, and we're only 2 points off the top of the table. Bayern Munich have lost, which means we are 1 point clear of both them and Dortmund, who I expect to be our biggest challengers this season. We are in quite a good position considering we've wasted a lot of points already this year. But that is going to be it for this episode. It's been a bit of a weird one because those first 2 games really should have been wins for us and we nearly lost both of them. But we are still unbeaten and we had that fantastic result against Real Madrid as well, which sets us up perfectly in the Champions League. And then that good win against Schalke, putting us above Bayern Munich and Dortmund. Bayern, who we play away next. Hopefully they're vulnerable after that defeat and we'll be able to get another good win under our belt. We'll then take on Freiburg, Inter Milan away and Köln away, so it's going to be a tough episode next time. But do drop a like on the video if you enjoyed this really good 2-0 win over Real Madrid, and subscribe if you want to see how we get on against Bayern Munich. But until next time, see ya!